Hello, my people. Thank you so much for clicking and welcome here on yet another episode. In today's video, I am taking you to the other side of the city of Douala, Cameroon, which is across the River Mungo. And yeah, this other side is called Bonaberi. This is actually the bridge that separates the city center, or say the main city of Douala, Cameroon, from the other side of the city. And yeah, this is something which is peculiar with most African cities or cities that are actually along the coastline, and so Douala, Cameroon is not left out. This is one of the longest bridges in actually Africa. If you're counting the longest bridges that is within cities, the Bonaberi bridge is actually, or the Wuri bridge as it is called, is actually one of those very long bridges. And yeah, this was actually made, and recently this bridge has been in existence for I think more than 10 years. It's not really been too long like that. This is the second bridge over the Wuri river. There's actually a first bridge. This bridge actually came to be able to curb the issue of traffic, which was really a very big issue as at that time. And after this bridge came, we've actually seen traffic reduce here in Douala, Cameroon, or on this particular stretch of the road linking the two sides of the city. But at some point in time, it actually gets out of hand and you cannot really control the traffic here. One other thing, for people who have actually been able to cross this bridge several times, you would understand that when drivers arrive on this bridge, the way they are driving or the way they are riding, be it riders or be it a driver, it is always like something else, or it is always like everybody is in a mad rush for what you would not really know, or for what I can't tell. But then, welcome to Bonaberi. This is the other side of Douala, Cameroon, which I have not actually been able to visit. Now it is called, this is Nouvelle Road Bonaberi, which means that there is an ancient road or new road Bonaberi, and there is an old road Bonaberi. Now this is the new road Bonaberi. But what actually caught my attention to make this video is the fact that for quite a very long while now, most of the parts of this road has actually not been in good shape. And as you would actually get to see ahead, I would want to urge you to watch this video as I take you around the city of Douala, Cameroon. Now, when you get to most of these roundabouts, you get to realize that the road has really been degraded, and this is the city of Douala, Cameroon for you. At some point, I mean, the beauty is actually amazing, and this is something we would want to love to see for our country and for our city, or for my city, which is Douala, Cameroon. But yeah, these roads actually needs to be clean as well, which is something that is actually not happening. I feel like cleanliness as at this point in time within the city is not actually a big issue to most of the councils in Douala, Cameroon here. That's actually how we see it, or that's actually how I see it. And yeah, this is almost like a norm in Douala, Cameroon. You will always want to drive for very few kilometers and you realize this is traffic. Now, the main reason why I was making this video is the fact that this traffic is not actually being caused because the road is blocked, or maybe because there are so many cars trying to ply the road, but this is because what? The road is bad. And because elections is actually approaching in Cameroon, this is when the government is trying to see that they try to mend things, try to patch up things and make the road motorable again. Now, this is not only on this road. When you're actually on the east entrance to the city of Douala, Cameroon, which is the other road that is leading to Yaoundé, you would equally face this same issue. But with the part of Bonaberi, it is actually something that is recurrent, and most of the times people would be stuck in traffic for 3-4 hours. Either you are leaving the city, you'll be stuck for 3-4 hours, or you coming inside the city, you'll be stuck for 3-4 hours. Now, this issue of traffic is actually what accounts to the fact that most people in this city, even if you have a vehicle or if you have a car, you would equally have a bike beside you. If not, there are some locations that when you want to go to, you would need that bike because they are very fast, they are reliable. Now, as you can see the road, this is the only small part that all the vehicles come from the other end, and the ones coming from this other side would have to use, because the other side is actually under patch work. And this is the government that has been in place for several years. It's true that they have not actually, it's not like they have not been doing anything, but we feel like this government should have done better And the coming elections in Cameroon, we really want to have change. I, in person, want to see change in the government or in the system of the government, or we just want to see someone else. Now look at the traffic on the other side. And this is not just all about it, because this is like just the beginning. As we drive through right up to around Bonaberi, the traffic is actually mad. Like it is on another level. And I just begin to wonder, this is my country Cameroon for you. This is Douala Cameroon for you. This is what it looks like in 2025. We are almost in 2026, which is not far. If you are new to this channel, I am called Elstar Africa, and if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Do give the video a like if you find it interesting in any way, and if there is any need, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you think about these other sides of the city of Douala, Cameroon. Now, Nouvelle Route Bonaberi for me is not actually like the most developed part of Bonaberi. If you want to actually see the beauty of Bonaberi, go to Ancien Route Bonaberi. That is where the beauty of this other side of the city is. Nouvelle Route Bonaberi is more of businesses, more of open businesses beside the road, and that is more of what makes up this other part of the city of Douala, Cameroon. My people, fingers crossed, come with me. Let's drive through as I take you along this other side of Douala, Cameroon. Let's go. Some few tips for people who would want to visit this city, Douala, Cameroon, or who would want to visit a country like Cameroon. Cameroon is actually a bilingual country in Central Africa. Cameroon is not in West Africa. Cameroon is a part of the monetary and economic community of Central African states, better known in its short acronym as CEMAC. Cameroon, or people in Cameroon, you find people who express themselves in English and mostly French. So English is just a minority in Cameroon, while French, or the French part of the country, is the majority. But coming to Cameroon, if you can be able to express yourself in pidgin language or in pidgin English, then that will really be a plus for you. So coming to Cameroon and you can be able to express yourself in English is not really a bad deal, but being able to speak French is actually more of an additional something that you would not want to miss out on that. Now, Bonaberi is a part of Douala, Cameroon, where you mostly find English-speaking Cameroonians. Like most of them actually reside on this other side of the city. And coming to Douala, Cameroon, this is a place you want to also see more and explore. Yeah, this is Nouvelle Route Bonaberi. Let's go.
Et repartir au 4 roues.
my people, it's another day on the streets of Douala, Cameroon. Today I'm in Bonaberi. This is precisely right, and yeah, on this road they call it like the new road Bonaberi, but then in French it's called Nouvelle Route Bonaberi. This like an old road, but then coming to this side it's got just this one road, so it's jointly called Nouvelle Route Bonaberi. And this road was commissioned not too long ago. Mostly at the roundabout, we have this problem of the tar, or call it the tar. I don't know if that's how it's called. It's actually coming out, and so this has actually led to like traffic on the route. And I mean, leaving Bonaberi most of the times to the southwest, to the west, is always a hell of a thing. And recently, most of these roads are actually under kind of rehabilitation works, and that's actually what is going on now. Unfortunately, I would say the southwest and northwest region is actually under kind of a lockdown, and you only have people going to these parts of the country only during weekends. So if it's not weekend, you will not find people going to this part of the country. Now as I'm talking, looking at the other side of the road, you see like cars that are actually piled up, because the traffic is just a mad one. They've got to use just a single side of the road, and it's really not an easy thing, but what else have we got to do? That's my country for you, and we're just dealing with the things the way we see that we are, and that's just it. And so if you're new here, I'm Paul West Africa, Cameroon content creator based in Douala, Cameroon. My dream is to travel the world, not just around Douala here. So if you're new here, why not consider subscribing? And if you find the video interesting, please do give it a like and consider sharing it as well. This is how normal life actually goes on around here in this city, and that is just it, man. This is the real street of Douala, Cameroon. This is the real street of Bonaberi, and this is what it looks like. This is like midday out here. It's not midday, it's almost midday. I'm actually heading like to check out on something, but the traffic that is here is mad. Now, on normal days, the traffic will be on this other side where you're leaving the city. But now people who are inside coming into the city are actually seeing mad traffic. You also find like pile of dirt, man. This is really not encouraging at all. It's not encouraging. But what else have we got to do? One funny thing that I always see, and I'm wondering, is the fact that you've got people walking around these places. You've got people who walk, not just walk, they get to eat. I wonder how they get to eat and they're comfortable around places like this here. Oh, so this is Douala for you, and this is live in my city for you. Have it as it is, and yeah, let's go, man. And did I make mention that Bonaberi out here is like one neighborhood where it is not really expensive to reside in this neighborhood. Living here, the rents is not really expensive compared to when you get to cross the bridge and go to the other side of the city. When you're on the other side of the city, you get to pay exorbitant rates. I don't know if I call it rates for rent, yes. But when you come to this other side, it is really moderate, I would say. The reason why you find most Anglophones who fled the Anglophone crisis, who are residing there, like most of them, a higher percentage of them, say an 80% will reside here than coming like right into the city center. People who are actually coming and living in the city center within the city are people who maybe have not been able to get accommodation out here, or people who maybe have not been able to, or people who actually have enough and have businesses operating around the town, and they prefer living in the town. Yeah. So man, if you want to look at this long line of traffic, it's just something else. And so most people, when you just think about buying this road and you think about the traffic, now most of the time traffic is supposed to be say in the morning and in the evenings, but it's not the case out here. Look at that. Very long line, and it's still going and going and going, which means that if you actually left maybe the west region coming to the littoral region, you go see shaking. And the worst part of it is that you can see I'm sweating already. Douala is very hot, especially during the afternoon like this. But on a normal, the city is a very hot city. So almost everybody in the motor car is sweating, and that's just the city vibe for you. But What else can we do? You can't also abandon your car on the road. So most of the times, people are actually leaving or traveling and entering the city. They will get to like exit the buses, just exit and maybe look for bikes, because bikes, as I would always say, are the best means by which I always used to go me around the city. But now when you actually coming with a car, you don't have that sweet option to go with. Yeah. Now, something which I really admired in Nigeria was the fact that almost where you have a roundabout, there was like a flyover there, and that helps like curb this issue of traffic like almost 100%. In most of the cities that I went to in Nigeria, most of the cities, like where it's supposed to be a roundabout, there's actually a flyover, and it actually helps like drive away traffic. It's true that you can't really stop traffic, but at least you can reduce it. You can't stop it, reduce it, man. It's election time. Election is almost approaching, and that's why they're rushing now to arrange routes. So when they arrange and it gets back, we wait for the next election in 7 years. Bad, man. So I equally got to like this very big space where they sell second-hand goods from Europe, America, and probably Asia. Now this place is called Douala. This is one of the biggest places where you'd find second-hand goods, be it household electronics, ranging from, I mean, anything that you can just think of, anything at all. This is just a small part of it, a portion of this place that is actually facing the road. Now it's actually like a big market which actually goes inside, be it on my right and on my left. And yeah, this is Bonaberi for you. This place is actually one of the most notorious or noted places for second-hand goods like this in Douala, Cameroon. You see like these sofas, and I mean like literally anything you come here, you get them. What's that? I don't like that. Goodness. How about this? So this place is like the famous Ministère de Soya, or we call it Ministry of Soya. Soya, not Soya, yeah. It's very, very popular place out here in the city. Very popular, as you can see. It's still very, very early, but you can still get soya, even though it's still very early. A very vast, call it brocante market. I don't know in English. Fairly used market. I don't know if that's the word. Now look at this. This is actually the repair works that is being done on this road. You find rods, like there's actually rods being placed here, and cement. I don't know how they call it. Is cement would actually be put or added onto the rods to make the road that we have.